All right, this is a walk in my shoes without a computer or a whatever, a visual tool or utility that you have now seemed to get a little too comfy and cozy on at Clandestine. I will be really clear with you. There is a set couleur of Blutorange. It is a fine-tuned instrument. It is my one that is gigantic, and I want him to lay on top of me and put the weight of the world on me. That is it. In physicality, not in metaphor. And whatever his anomaly is, he has a set group. Now, here's the thing. I know that there are Blutorange that, because it is a range, that tend to get jealous through space and time. I do not call it out because it is not my place. I try to remain professional, but show you my affection, but from I don't want to upset or hurt you in any way or lead you into a mega death situation. So that's how I come to the conversation. There are some people who, throughout space and time, Niklaus and I have a very, that's the name he's using, I believe. He's using Niklaus, and we always use different names, depends on the image, but I'm using Nicole. He is using Niklaus. I personally hate the name Nicole. I think it is the ugliest name ever in my ear, but whatever. It worked on paper for whatever I needed for this version of rescue. Emergency drilling is what it feels like at the dental office with no Novocaine. So if I wear this, then somebody says, oh, I know whose house that is. Yeah, really good. Then why don't you go get them? Because I've been torn up, thrown out. It disappears in time and space, and then it comes back. Now, at Clandestine, being myself and Niklaus only, I am his cape that I want him to wear around his neck. I want to just hug him and hold him for safety. But there are other Blutorange, which are, for me, just as important as he. He is my most important, obviously, if there is a breakout of megadeath, stupidity. However, I do think of the other Blutorange as brothers of he. So I do not usually have to speak on there's no competition. We are the timing mechanic for them. There is in the center of the one universe, there is always a death magnet. It's where the edges of time and space are held in one person. No matter where I show up, I am always the death center of the magnet. And I always want he. This way, in the clan of Clandestine, where there's a condor wing, I'm a cape, C-A-P-E. It's a small 4-letter word, don't bother me. I just want to hold on to his neck and ride on his back as a piggyback. Right, great. Okay, great. So, but there's over here a Blutorange. Blood orange color, it's not brown, because when you get too much green and stuff, and then it gets murky and brackish, but then don't get angry, we're still important. It's just, I have clandestine things up here that we talk about when you're blood orange, between red, orange, and a slight lemon, a limone. Which I know you all don't believe happens, but whatever. Okay, and then I'm the one that looks normal to the pigeon heads. So I go out in public, not often, but I can. And then but I'm the one they send out. All right, so there we are. And then I have some Lavender Palace, whatever I'm allowed to speak with. Alexander James 005 at this point is the only one I have in that category. My son Benjamin is a really difficult subject. He is supposed to be Blutorange, but because you had me tangle with the ugly of a Jason Romar, a fish ugly kid, I mean, it's like, why would you mix a 4-foot sturgeon with a guppy? Dummy. All right, anyway. All right, so I've got Benjamin. His body is Catarusa. It's a endoskeleton that is perfectly akin to proportions. He works well. His ligature of his muscles, however, is off, which you can tell when he walks. But I don't make a big deal of it. He walks on his tiptoes. He's really short, which is a problem, because he was supposed to be 6'2", but I realized that's probably in the Blutorange category. All right, so anyway, long story short is clandestine. There's things up there that we cannot talk to with the people below. I have an eyelid problem, EYELID. There are people in the Asian, I call them the criminals. I'll tell you why, right? I'm an OB tampon. I come from Binji in Eastern Europe. Don't mind me. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just rustic. Okay, so we got, I'm rusty. All right, so we've got a, we've got a dark color in a range of whatevers. I don't give words. And then we have an eyelid where the eyelids, some of them are thicker than this, and they cut and they go straight across over here. They do not have a lacrimal indent where it follows the curvature and then goes in. Yeah? Great. It's just facts where I come from. So those children, although they might be this color, they think and fancy themselves as Malaysian, like I'm a master Asian, right? Yeah, that's becoming a problem. And then there's the Polynesian, where they're not a white skin, they're other colors, but they may or may not share an eyelid like that particular group. This is where this becomes really hard to explain. I need specific absolute laws, but in your department, you cannot hold them against me while I am fixing and tending to the whole flock. This is the problem. All right, right, I gotta think about this. All right, Henri. Henri is Spracha en français, but not he's a ancient Spracha, although I'm not allowed to give you the A-N-I-C. Right, I can't. There's some words. All right, here's what I want to say. I can't give you certain words because of the amount of breakage. I have these things called fantasy computer techs at the moment who like to design video games. Right, same danger, like some of them are artists, they do like the Avatar movie and the whatever. But then there's the dangerous, that's a James Cameron film, then about a blue, whatever, love story. And then there's a set of those computer artists that manipulate time and space in a more dangerous way and break into all sorts of things that they shouldn't even know exist. And they should not have access to machine. Most of them, by the way, happen to have an eyelid problem. It then turns into like they forget but they don't actually forget. Excuse me, they cause other people to forget. That's a problem. That's why we don't let them have artificial light in their eyes. They're allowed sunshine, that's about it, outside. All right, I have to think about this until we scale back because I have Emperor in Kingdom holding Emperor's court, pretend, like it's a pretend, we call it fantasy. He opens a window and he's like, oh, look at this, there I am, there's me and the gang, right? It's like a movie set. And then after they show it to you and the authorities, they shut it down. They're like, all right, yeah, back to business. And they're like, so what do you got? And they just keep furthering and furthering themselves. I'm not putting up with this. They're not in compliance. They made a false image. And then when you weren't looking, they either open it or close it, and then it just disappears. Or it might be in the catalog somewhere as a document. Here's the thing. This is called cover. Normally, I have a lot of cover because I have a very nice gentry of Blutorange that range from soft serve all the way to armed service. And then I have Lavender, blue, gray, Andre, and this side of honorables that I can rely on to protect me from soft serve all the way. And I call them scholar, not when they go to their right, some form of electoral college. I call them scholar. I don't call them educats, and I don't call them, right, whatever. That's special military talk. But, right, okay, so let's think about this, right? So this is special cover, yeah? Look at this. Kingdom, it has not worked out for me. They ripped me to shreds. So then I take this off. Because they've already taken it off. Now, here's this, ready? Flor de lis. Yeah? It used to be muy importante, but it used to be very important as a symbol for royalty. For me, at the moment, it is not. See how it shines? Right. Oh my gosh. But look at this. It is fake because it has a mold. Yeah? It's like a cookie cutter kind of a thing. Good. They put it on this fancy thing. It means absolutely nothing. In fact, it's probably more dangerous that I own it, because then it gives you excuse to confuse each other in speech. But anyway, I take that off, and then look at this. Now I have the Regina with the interdimensional in the middle and the horseshoe for the one occult. Yeah. All right. So, but looking forward and back for the one life you have while I am here, before I shut you all down permanently in a gigantic catalog of genetics that I never want to see again, because you are causing me way too many problems. And that is where I am at, which is why the baffle lock is so important, and the way that you communicate, because there are stories that they create, like movie sets, of where they're the best, they're great, look at what we did, and then they're able to put up like a collage and say, this is where you were, this is where you were. See, those services used to work when it was just Blutorange and Mais oui, yeah? Now that I am in the Nagaverse, Nagaverse, as the say something we forgot about you in the universe, Universe, you share one universe. See all those colors that you broke apart? Those are all daily schedules in my one universe. My position is at the bottom at Naga at the moment, and I belong at MAGA with my physical. That's how you know that he and I closed our relationship and that we are together and safe. You are never to see me out in public or alone ever without he within like a few steps of my person. That is like he and I'm like his side. I mean, he used to say a side hooch, but then it got to be, right, that was right, some whatever we were doing, right, mingling in the new public of, right, let's do the Nagaverse together to show them that when you are alone, that we did this, we're not the scumbags that, I mean, we are, but we're not, but we float from top to bottom because we are responsible for all of you, all throughout space and time, and right, there's things we can't tell you, but right, we're here now, not our favorite time. All right, so, right, I'm still Naga, N-A-G-A, so I'm going to sound like a nag, right, but I'm a magnet, good, bad, and ugly, I'm a magnet, so I kind of need my other magnet, and when we're together, the safety clamp, C-L-A-M-P, will read as the mega, like it'll be the Naga and the mega together. It'll be one weird word And you'll know that it's been complete as the center magnet is now set in capstone. Eckstein? Eckstein, yeah? I'm not good with, I like listening to him say it. Like, that's his language. I'm just like, I'll just sit here and listen to you all day. Ugh. But whatever. Instead, I'm with, oh, look at that, you're back. Hi, thanks. See how this goes? I have Lavender Palace sent me a McDonald's Greasy Burger Kid. Thanks. From like 5 generations ago, they made some money. This one, no, none. He brings nothing but danger for the rest of you while I wait for what I need. We don't care about Greasy Burger Kids. There's one me, there's one tall guy, and then there's a lot of people that rely on us to do other shit, and I'm tired of living smart, S-M-A-R-T, right, the specialized military, with a greasy burger of, I don't fucking talk to it, because it's fucking retarded. And some pre-programmed, like, doled-down governor system. Oh, you didn't know you put a stacked... you put like a ceiling on their intelligence. Even when I talk, they don't get it. They cycle through to stupid, dumb, unimportant, and whatever they were programmed for in this disgusting viral version of human with ears that I want to get the fuck out of.